out from your neighborhoods and communities and sending them overseas. They ain't even keeping them inside the little conclave in the states. They sending them back to the motherland. All the resources you fought for. So these goofy old niggas, and that's why I said it, and I'm gonna say it like I said it before. This whole philosophy, this Pan Africanist philosophy, and we gonna do no. All this hotepism, it is an existential threat to the self determination of the heterosexual FBA black man. All right, so let's smoke on this divested pack. I mean, not divested, this Somali pack. Um,
Yeah, that shit is down to a roach at that point.
yeah.
In question after President Trump announced last night he was terminating temporary protected status for Somali migrants in Minnesota due to fraudulent activity in the state. Now there are calls for the president to reconsider the action. Our Richard Reeves.
Oh, and hold on. Before I do this, yo, shout out to Kwame Kaiji with the $10 cash app. Appreciate you, bro.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
Speaking with people who are directly impacted about their concerns, Rich.
Yeah, Callan, people in the Somali community definitely worried tonight. Our state has the largest Somali population in the country. The last count from Minnesota Compass showing nearly 80,000 people. It's estimated less than 1% have TPS. Still, there are fears about the future.
So this has been very scary. A lot of people are very fearful.
Board member Ilhan Omar says there are several members here who are in the TPS Somali program. Some have lived in Minnesota a decade or more. The notion that President Trump might terminate the program has many worried.
At this moment, the only thing that can defend is the court of law. That's the only thing that can defend us.
She said, I don't know where I go.
We spoke on the phone with a Minneapolis woman whose niece fled Somalia 2 years ago. She says the 23-year-old now has TPS status, but unsure about the future. Is she afraid she might be taken out of the U.S. and sent back to Somalia?
She said yes, because Somalia is scared of something, so still I'm scared to go there.
For TPS holders, this is their worst nightmare.
Jailani Hussein, with the Council on American Islamic Relations, fears families will be torn apart. Children born in the U.S. are citizens, while their parents may have TPS status.
So most of the families impacted are mixed status, or some citizens, some on their way to being citizens. So this will definitely be a family separation policy.
The aunt of that 23-year-old says she hopes President Trump will have a change of heart.
I wish he changed his mind, what he's saying, because America is a dreamland and everybody wants to stay, and we want to stay the people.
Supporters say the TPS program is a lifeline and a legal pathway to residency in the U.S. Hussein notes that the Department of Homeland Security has not yet formally terminated the program. There could be legal challenges. That 23-year-old woman we mentioned in the story says she's already seeking advice of an attorney, Callan.
Okay, thank you, Rich.
All right. So me and you was we gonna get Tito to round off this segment because he wanted to cover this. But so me and you was talking the other night, and with regard to the FBA men and resources, because even with this, they concerned of they're over here getting resources that we fought for, and I be hearing people say with the FBA, I like freedom and this, that, and other, but it's a birthright thing. The birthright citizen clause in the Constitution. I mean, you were talking the other night, and I'm only counting the wars from Revolutionary War to Vietnam, because like anybody came after like 65, they could have fought in Iraq or something like that, but that's still all after the fact. So I'm counting the wars from Revolutionary War to Vietnam. If you got relatives, granddaddy, uncles, all who fought in any of them wars, great 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 granddaddies, etc. What say you, so?
Well, we already know that, we've already, sacrificed blood on the soil from even before, Crispus Attucks or whatnot. Whether this country becomes what it is now as
Board
United
member
States of
Khalid Omar.
America, or or if it would have been British North America, because there were blacks who were fighting on both sides. It doesn't take away from the fact that we've contributed to this land in particular, one way or another, right? And that, we've built this country from, I mean, I think that a lot of people are under the impression that, when they brought people over here, that, there wasn't any skills. There were people who were steel masters, people who were tanners, people who were masons, people who were, architects, and the like or whatnot, medicine men. There's a lot of skilled individuals. So we literally built the country and helped with the exploration, because guess what? They wasn't sending no white boys out there on the frontier. Okay, we were in front and took the point when it came to moving westward. Okay, we were the one discovering cities like, what is now Chicago and Los Angeles. We were the one who actually explored the Pacific Northwest with mountain men and established fur trade and this, that, and the other. So when people say that we built this country, we fucking mean that shit. Like, seriously, right? It's to the point to where the U.S. Army has what they call the scouts and their special forces and stuff like that, because we were so keen at exploring the land. They went and got our techniques from us, when it came to tracking and scouting and reconnaissance. Look all this stuff up. Okay, but I'm saying all this to say, you got somebody who come over here with their disdain, their tribalism, and real peculiar cultural things, such as, marrying their brother. And this is no joke here. You know what I mean? This is all stuff that you can look up. Everybody's talking about Epstein, 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 but nobody's talking about, the lower age marriage, the incest that's going on. That's, we just gonna skip over that, right? You know, so yeah, get them up out of here. They're already pushing some sort of agenda where, they have an enclave where they feel that they can do what they want to do, and people are actually seeing it. People learn from California and Texas what the Latinos have done in those states, what could potentially happen in Minnesota, and people ain't having it anymore. Now, my last point is this for you all to remember. From my kind of extrapolation and calculations, immigrants contribute maybe about 75 billion a year in tax revenues. And the cost, the actual cost to the public is double that, right? Now, this is me actually doing um, what I can to try to calculate it. You know how they say always follow the money. Why is it very, very, very difficult for a straight answer for people when you ask them, how much do immigrants cost? And that's just a federal budget. What about all the local burden on schools with these dual language programs and required interpreters and healthcare and all this other stuff? You know what I mean? So, why isn't there one particular metric that we could point to? We could point to the consumer pricing index. We could point to the national debt. We could point to budgets. But when you ask anybody from the other side, how much does it cost American citizens? They get, stuck on stupid. That's deliberate, and I land my plane there.
Well played, sir. Actually, let me play a little bit more of this, and then we'll get to the yo hoop. Can you hear me, Playboy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, bet. That's what's up. Um, You want to do sports? You can make fun of me with the Eagles and shit. Tito already did.
I got y'all when this when y'all got this round robin over.
All right, cool. You want a piece of the Somali pack?
No, I mean, yeah, y'all cooking it up, man. I ain't got nothing to add. Shit,
All right,
based
all right,
on better than what I
Hey,
heard.
all right,
Hoop,
all right. Perfect. I'm gonna
What
play a
up?
little. Oh, go ahead.
are you ready to finally admit that Caleb Williams is the light skinned John Elway?
I mean, listen, man, I can't argue with y'all being number one, top of the, on the outside of the world. So, I would say he's playing very good football right now, and he still got painted nails.
All
But he balling,
Is he
man.
still
I
the
ain't no
light
hater.
skinned John Elway?
right, all right.
I ain't no hater.
Indictment. The USDA disqualified him from participating in SNAP 10 years ago because of suspected fraud. And now he's charged in the largest pandemic fraud case in the nation.
Mr. Kamara, do you have any comment?
Yes, sir.
Usman Kamara is the 77th person charged in the massive $300 million Feeding Our Future fraud case. According to the indictment, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Kamara claimed to serve more than 300,000 meals to children out of his small grocery store in North Minneapolis. Federal prosecutors say Kay's Dollar Grocery and Deli, also called Kay's African Market, had already been disqualified from participating in SNAP because of suspected fraud. Now, a grand jury indictment charges him with stealing about $1 million meant to feed hungry children.
The owner is also charged with wire fraud for allegedly using more than $200,000 of the fraud money to buy the building where his store is located.
If I own this building and I want to be here for the next 20, 30 years, nobody can kick me out. It's mine.
NPR News interviewed Kamara in 2020 after he defended his store from rioters after the murder of George Floyd. Now, since he allegedly purchased the building with fraud money, the indictment says it's subject to forfeiture, so the feds can recoup some of the funds. However, past cases have indicated that other money referenced in the indictment, including a $90,000 wire transfer to Hong Kong, alleged bribes paid to a Feeding Our Future employee, and funds spent to pay off Kamara's credit cards, is likely gone.
So the Feeding Our Future worker who Kamara allegedly paid $87,000 in bribes is charged, but that person fled to Somalia before the very first indictments came down. Wow. Of the 77 total defendants, 56 of them have been convicted so far. Julie.
Wow. Tito, that's all yours.
I want all of you black men in here to understand what this is. I had told y'all back in 2015 that they were making efforts to replace black people as voters because they weren't as reliable anymore. And I predicted that coming out of the 2016 election, when they saw the results of the exit polls, that they were going to begin to step up efforts to replace black people as a demographic. Now, I based that off of the fact that I knew that the Obama administration have finally broke black people's will to shield for the Democratic Party. That this dream of this so-called first black president getting in there for 8 years and then being told by his staffers, oh, well, you know, Obama transcends race, when race is one of the things that he rolled right into the White House, right? But these Somalis that they bring in, they are different from the other immigrants. They are bringing in these Somalis to be basically mercenaries for the Democratic Party in the upcoming civil war that they have already pre-planned just in case their political fortunes turn down. That limited series Civil War is predictive programming. That is what they want to do. That's what they want to see happen in the United States. I don't think these deportations are going fast enough. I don't think that that the administration has done enough to get rid of dangerous leftist elements and sleeper cells and everything. But you got a lot of deep state traders that work in this. He doesn't even have the CIA. There's no way he can rely on it. He would do better off having a whole separate like army intelligence officer brief him or something, or somebody from Air Force or Naval Intelligence, and then relying on CIA for anything. And then just about probably 60% of the FBI, same story. That's who keep leaking when the ICE raids are gonna happen. People that's in the FBI. But these Somalians are meant to act as the tip of the spear during any potential upcoming civil war. That's what these people are here for. I mean, think about the way that they let them. What they've done with the Somalians starting in the Obama administration is fucking unprecedented. You've never seen, not even the white Cubans, you've never seen a group of people that's been brought here. At least the white Cubans had to get here on their own, right? You've never seen a group of people, or you know what? Wait a minute. Let me compare a few different groups. The white Cubans had to get here on their own, hook or crook, however they can, flying in through Mexico, floating on the inner tube, a boat that they built, or whatever. The Montagnards and the Nungs, after the fall of Saigon, they had, served the United States during the Vietnam War. So that's a whole nother category, right? What few Ashkenazi Jews came out of Russia in the late 70s and 80s, they was facing, real hardcore political pressure from the Soviet government. That's a whole nother case. But when it comes to these Somalians, you've never seen a group of immigrants that's been rolled out the red carpet, that's been funded